Good morning. It's Free Can Friday. And the game today is Tell the Truth. Tell the truth!
I miss with none. That means my die, that's it. My style is gone. I'm a one of one. One half of the great. RTJ. Defeated the odds with the war with the gods. Earned all I scars and came. That's straight. RTJ.
I don't want to scare anybody with that intro. It's just I'm going to ask people today to tell a truth that they know that they would want to pass on to, like, maybe their ancestors or people that will come after them. And we're just going to share truths. I was just thinking, do this game because it seems like everybody's lying now. The president's the worst liar in the world right now. Everybody's lying. We might have to preserve the truth for the kids. So let's find some truth. And I'm going to give cans depending on how good their wisdom or truth is. You know, if it's just running the milk, condensed milk. If it's a little bit better, they might get coconut milk. We'll see. And I might have some surprises up my sleeve for a free can. Bobby's our first participant in Free Can Friday. Bobby is a nice young man that lives nearby. Bobby, if you could tell your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren anything in 100 years from now, what would you tell your grandchildren that you would want them to know? What wisdom would you want to tell them?
Play football.
To play football. There you go. There's Bobby's wisdom. Condensed milk.
Bless.
Thanks for playing, guys. Oh, when that Gagnon comes marching in. Oh, when that Gagnon marches in. Oh, I want to be there for those numbers. When that Gagnon marches in. Gagnon. Gagnon. When that Gagnon marches in. I want to be there with a number when that Gagnon marches in. My next player in Tell the Truth. All right, sir. I would like to ask you, if you could tell people in your family or people that you know 100 years from now any words of wisdom, what would you tell them if you could tell them anything? People that you love 100 years from now.
Stay choose, stay tough.
What's that?
Stay choose and stay tough.
Stay choose and stay tough?
Yeah.
Good advice. I'm going to give you coconut milk. Actually, I'm going to give you tomato soup. Tomato soup, because that's a great answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend, brother. Tommy,
Yeah.
what would you tell your family or loved ones, words of wisdom, 100 years from now? People that you love in 100 years, what would you want them to know? What kind of truth or wisdom?
If I live 100 years?
Yeah, what would you tell somebody that you want somebody to know 100 years from now? That you've learned about life.
If I win what?
That you've learned about life. That, like, what would you tell people that you love 100 years from now?
100 years, I don't think I'm going to live that long.
No, I'm just saying, but if we could write it down and send it to them, what would you say?
To live a good life like me too.
Live a good life like Tommy, because we know Tommy's living a good life. Eat rasta pasta. Good truth telling so far. Of course, Bobby's going to say play football. He's playing football right now, and that's all he's thinking about. It's probably good advice for people 100 years ago, but not 100 years from now. The guy in the second guy who said stay true, stay tough, he actually runs like a worship thing out in the park for all the homeless people, and he's always talking about really deep stuff already. Hey, he's a tough dude. He's really tough. I mean, he's hurting, but that dude every day, tough, good attitude. But if you talk to him, you'd be worried about him because he's just shaky and just and then Tommy, he's living life. That's all, bro. And I didn't give him a can because he works with me, man. We're the same team. That's truth. Tell the truth, Kat. What would you tell people 100 years from now if you could give them any words of wisdom or advice or anything? What would you say?
I would say, don't be a dick.
That's a good one. Anthony, I'm playing a game called Tell the Truth today. And what we do is if you could tell somebody 100 years from now in the future some word of wisdom or a truth or anything, like if it was your family or somebody you love, 100 years from now, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Be good and enjoy yourself.
Be good and enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kat said, don't be a dick, and Anthony said, be good and enjoy yourself. Very wise words for people 100 years from now. My data's all messed up on my phone. It's been causing problems. And also, I'm just kind of not in the mood to continue to do the show for the rest of the day. So I'm going to sign off now. I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday Savings Club. I want to appreciate y'all watching. And tell more of your friends about Kensington Variety VIP Club. We got watchers all over the world now. It's a new moon. And also, Jupiter is going direct today. I live in a very old house in Kensington Market that's possibly older than Canada itself, like 150 plus years old. There's a lot of paranormal, extracurricular activities going on in this house. So every new moon, I burn sage and sweetgrass. Sage clears the air, and sweetgrass invites positive new energy into your house. So I highly recommend it if you're interested in having a better environment in your house and you don't mind burning things in your house. Burn some sage. It'll really make a difference. Trust me. It's changed this house completely in a year.